There is a kind of power that never announces itself. It doesn't argue, it doesn't explain, it doesn't try to be liked. Yet when it enters a room, something changes. People lower their voices. They choose their words more carefully. They hesitate, without knowing why. This is not dominance built on aggression, and it's not confidence built on validation. It is control. Most people believe power comes from being loud, visible, and constantly understood. The Stoics saw through that illusion long ago. They understood that the man who reacts less controls more. The man who explains less is questioned less. And the man who governs himself never needs permission from others. What you are about to hear is not about manipulation, it's about restraint. Because in a world addicted to reaction, self-control becomes intimidating. Why explaining always makes you weaker? Most people explain because they're afraid of being misunderstood. They rush to clarify, they defend their intentions, they try to control how others see them, but every explanation carries a hidden message. I need your approval to feel secure. Stoicism exposes an uncomfortable truth. The more you explain yourself, the more power you hand away, because explanations place you in a lower position, responding, justifying, correcting. They signal that someone else is entitled to judge you. A Stoic man understands this. He knows that those who respect him don't require explanations, and those who demand them rarely deserve access in the first place. When you stop explaining, something shifts. People either adjust their behavior or reveal their intentions. Either way, clarity replaces noise. Silence doesn't weaken your position. It defines it. Move 1. Stillness under pressure. Pressure exposes character faster than words ever could. When challenged, most people rush to react. They raise their voice. They defend their ego. They try to regain control through motion and emotion. A Stoic man does the opposite. He becomes still. Stillness under pressure is not hesitation, it is restraint. By refusing to react immediately, you deny others the feedback they expect. And when feedback disappears, uncertainty takes its place. Psychologically, this is unsettling. People rely on your reaction to gauge their influence. When you remain calm and unmoved, the pressure reverses direction. They begin questioning themselves instead. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you always have the power to remain unmoved. That moment of stillness is where dominance quietly begins. Move 2. Silence after disrespect. Disrespect is designed to provoke a reaction, a raised eyebrow, a sharp reply, an emotional defense. Most people fall for it instantly. They argue back to restore dignity, but in doing so, they confirm the insult mattered. A Stoic man responds differently. He goes silent. This silence is not avoidance, it is a boundary. By refusing to engage, you deny the other person the reward they were seeking, attention and emotional access. Psychologically, this creates discomfort. The offender is left alone with their behavior. No justification, no feedback, no resolution. Silence forces reflection, and reflection often carries more weight than confrontation. When disrespect meets calm withdrawal, the message is unmistakable. You've lost access. Nothing unsettles people more than realizing their words no longer reach you. Move 3. Slow, minimal responses. Speed often signals anxiety. The faster someone responds, the more invested they appear. Quick replies, long explanations, emotional detail. These reveal urgency, not strength. A Stoic man moves at a different pace. He responds slowly. And when he does, he says less. This is not indifference, it is discipline. By slowing your responses, you control the rhythm of the interaction. You decide when the conversation advances and when it stops. Psychologically, people read tempo as status. Those who rush adapt. Those who set the pace lead. Minimal responses create space, and in that space, others begin to fill the silence with assumptions. They reconsider their words. They soften their tone. When you stop feeding every moment with energy, people learn to approach you more carefully. Move 4. Withholding emotional access. Most people give emotional access too easily. They explain how they feel. They reveal doubts. They share reactions to earn understanding. A Stoic man is far more selective. Not everyone is entitled to his inner world. Withholding emotional access is not coldness. It is filtration. When you stop offering emotional transparency on demand, you shift the power dynamic. Others can no longer predict you or manage you through emotion. Psychologically, access creates leverage. The less people know about what moves you, the less they can influence it. Your calm becomes unreadable. Your reactions become scarce. This forces others to self-regulate. They become cautious, more respectful. Stoicism teaches a simple rule. Your emotions are private property. Access is earned, not assumed. Move 5. Leaving without announcement. Most people announce their exit. They explain why they're hurt. They justify their decision. They hope to be understood one last time. A Stoic man leaves differently. He leaves quietly. No warnings, no speeches, no emotional closure offered. This is not avoidance, it is finality. By removing your presence without explanation, you create a psychological void, and the mind hates unanswered absence. People replay conversations. They question their behavior. They reassess your value, often too late. Silence on departure carries more weight than confrontation ever could. Because arguments can be dismissed, but absence cannot. Stoicism teaches that you don't owe everyone access to your time or energy. When you leave without announcement, you make one thing clear. Your peace outranks their understanding. Why strong men terrify? Without trying. Strong men don't try to intimidate. They don't posture. They don't dominate conversations. Yet their presence unsettles people. This happens because strength, when real, is quiet. It doesn't seek validation. It doesn't rush to be understood. And it doesn't react to every provocation. A Stoic man governs himself first. He controls his emotions, his tempo, his attention. That level of restraint is rare, and rarity creates tension. Psychologically, people fear what they cannot read or influence. When your reactions are measured and your boundaries unspoken, others sense limits they can't test safely. Strong men terrify without trying because they are not negotiating their value. They don't ask permission to exist as they are, they simply do. And in a world addicted to reaction, that kind of self-control feels dangerous. The dark power is self-control. The darkest form of power is not aggression, it is not manipulation, and it is not domination over others. It is mastery over yourself. When you control your reactions, you control the frame. When you govern your emotions, you remove leverage from the world around you. No one can rush you. No one can provoke you. No one can pull you into chaos without your consent. Self-control creates unpredictability, and unpredictability commands caution. People hesitate when they realize their words no longer move you. Their tactics lose effect. Their influence fades. Stoicism teaches that the man who conquers himself never needs to threaten anyone. His calm becomes his warning. His restraint becomes his authority. In a noisy world obsessed with reaction, self-control is not just discipline. It is dominance. Silent, steady, unshakable.